Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the two readers. I should have been opening for you. It's amazing. Not that there is like a line, but regardless, amazing to you. Yeah, so this event really inspired me to follow my own lineage in poetry. So I'm going to be kind of going through poems that I actually have not even read in a while. So yeah, here we go. Shadows. They are marching into a secret door in the sun. Their shadows stretch into earshot of my prolonged screams, but they do not hear me. Suffering since I turned my back on them, and now that I want their attention, I can no longer speak their language. Okay. They told us how Eden used to be. It made us pray harder. Dad spoke as if it were heaven. Mom said it was more like a taste. When Mom and Dad were asleep, we teased each other over who would be able to mingle with the angels, and whispered in disbelief about how Mom and Dad could give it all up for all this laborious suffering. I suppose they never knew how to listen. I asked them why they liked you more. They told me it was all in my head. I know why they lied to me. You are as pure as Eden, but this time too precious to lose. It drove me crazy seeing the sky open up for your smoke and then blow wind at mine. The angels forsook me before death. Well, now you and I know. But it is not too late for you. No, the world still loves you, and it will mourn your innocence, for this is the only way to keep it eternal. If I did not become original sin, you might have. Now I have made sure you get to see heaven. No need to thank me, little brother. And this song is called Winter Mother. Tears melting off the cheeks of my lovers become my mother. Tiptoeing barefoot through a hibernating forest, the growling in her stomach wakes the bears, stares true through flesh, flossing their teeth with her nerves. Tears become mother, buckling into a crouch, sobbing over a pile of embers, her arms too weak to lift the axe. A younger version of her hands grips the wooden handle and steadies the log in place. A huff and a heave, a stumbling swing, B-L-O-O-D, silently spelling itself out onto the snow. Mother did not scream. Mother froze. This is Peel Out. At 6, the boy finally found a way to be in the same room as his father. They began restoring a 1967 Camaro together. The boy had no interest in the mechanics of cars, but he still woke up at 6 in the morning to wipe down the body with a dust towel. He would spend hours watching his father tinker away at the engine and would light up if his help was needed. Most of the time, he would be asked to grab some sort of tool from the workbench. It took the boy a while to understand which tools were needed by his father, but as he became more familiar with the sizes of sockets, their conversations became less mechanical. On one particular night, the father invited the boy to sit in the passenger seat while trying to start the motor. He put the key into the ignition, held his breath, and flipped his wrist, causing the engine to roar underneath the hood. In his excited disbelief, the father banged his left hand against the leather-stitched steering wheel and held his son's shoulder in his right and exclaimed, "I love you." The following day, at 5:59, the boy walked into an empty garage and learned that oil was thicker than blood. It's called Oil Stains of America. Deadland dirt, smokestacks, tobacco plants, industrial thunder, slaughterhouse hunger, raining brick and mortar, libertine factories, hangman morals, backbone-laid train tracks, tombstones in the middle of the road, murals, bloody baby, innocents play dead, shooting through doors, progress with no motor, America's whip needs an oil change. No, America needs to stop killing its mechanics. This is called Untitled. So society looks at you like you have tectonic tendencies, yet rarely is anyone born a hurricane. Language labels the storm, setting the zine, fueling the panic, painting brown folk green. Revoking souls has never been enough to pay the American toll. Propaganda, punch cards, stereotypes stamped on skin, refuge advertised as invasion, sold to the masses as drastic, imminent, fatal. In this country, only phrases and slogans seem to stick. Single words do the trick, words like alien, stripped of anything human, all features foreign and fearsome. Remember, aliens. They are infiltrating our jobs and wreaking havoc on American values. Yeah, but some might say, remember, aliens. They are not to blame, for it is big companies taking advantage of the duty-free labor of other countries. Some even may say, remember, aliens. They work for 65 cents a day or less to pick roses that we charge $65 for here in the States. The disdain shouldn't be toward the aliens, but toward a government exploiting brown bodies for profit. Remember, the aliens, alien, aliens, the aliens, alien, alien, the aliens, 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 the alien, aliens, the alien, alien, the aliens, alien, the aliens, the aliens, aliens, the aliens. They are flowers, fresh cut flowers. This is my last poem. Really quick, just context. During the pandemic, my BO moved in with us, and he's been incarcerated for a lot of his life, but regardless, that doesn't define him, and he's given me the best wisdom I've gotten from any class, and he's told me to fix things that you need fixing mentally, because as you get older, whether you want it to or not, they come out. And with everything going on personally and globally, I encourage everyone to pay attention to mental health for you, loved ones, and take care of yourself and others. So this is retail therapy. All I wanted was to smell like a cookie rolled in dirt. But instead, frustration grabbed me by the wrist and made me punch myself in the head again and again. All I wanted was a distraction, some reason to find a reason to live. But instead, I got the date wrong for my psychiatry appointment, and now have to melt through another week encountering in the corner of my mind. All I wanted was to be helped, but instead I answered intake after intake after intake after intake, stuck in a tour of my pain, being pushed from doctor to therapist to psychiatrist to eating disorder specialist to ED specialist, who is also a therapist, to a dietitian, back to my primary physician, and I still haven't gotten any of my meds yet. All I wanted was a straight answer. But instead, I got thrown back and forth, side to side, through sterile and stale inquiries, allowing my paranoia to set in and drown out reality. All I wanted was to be heard. But instead, I had to apologize profusely to the recent high school graduate working at Lush, who demoed face cleansers and body lotions on my wrist, while I cried about how this was the closest I had come to any type of self-care. All I wanted was to smell like a cookie rolled in dirt. Thank you.